Okay, so if you've ever glanced at the YouTube homepage of an older relative, you've probably seen exactly what we're decoding today. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving headfirst into a massive, fascinating, and honestly, highly formulaic corner of the internet, the senior health YouTube industrial complex. It's a wildly optimized, algorithmic gold rush that is specifically targeting the very real healthcare anxieties of an aging population. We're going to break down exactly how it works, why it works so well, and what it actually means for everyone involved. So, let's just dive right into it.
I mean, just listen to some of these genuinely shocking, fear-inducing titles we pulled straight from our source data. He died in his sleep from doing this. Your urine reveals this. Look in the toilet now. Your blood type predicts how you die. And of course, the incredibly viral, what a stroke looks like the day before it hits. Now, these aren't just some fringe warnings hidden away in the dark corners of the web. These are literal thumbnails that millions of people are clicking on every single day.
So it really begs the question, what exactly is happening in this niche? Why are our feeds suddenly just flooded with these hyper-dramatic, life-or-death warnings about everyday habits? Well, as we peel back the layers of this data, we realize pretty quickly that we aren't just looking at random content creators offering helpful health tips. No, we're looking at a highly structured, algorithmic formula that's designed to hack human psychology right from the ground up.
And to really wrap your head around the sheer scale of this gold rush, just consider this number, 4,470,000. That is the subscriber count for just one single channel in our dataset, Spine Care Decompression and Chiropractic Center. And the crazy thing is, there are dozens right behind it. Top Health Tips with over 300,000, Dr. Waterling with hundreds of thousands more. This is a massive digital niche, and the audience engagement is absolutely staggering.
What we're actually witnessing here is an ecosystem. An ecosystem generating millions of views across hundreds of practically identical channels. I mean, they all share the exact same aesthetic, the same cadence, and ultimately the same big promise of longevity and vitality. It's literally an industrial complex targeting a demographic that is deeply, deeply motivated by a desire to maintain their independence, avoid painful surgeries, and whatever you do, stay out of the hospital.
So how do they capture that massive, highly motivated audience? Well, these channels have perfected a really strict three-step algorithmic playbook. Step 1, claim authority. Step 2, stoke fear. And Step 3, offer a household cure. It's the psychological 1-2-3 punch that forces a click, keeps the viewer hooked, and just drives the YouTube algorithm wild. Let's break down exactly how they execute that very first step.
Step 1 is all about manufacturing immediate trust. Notice the very specific phrases they slap onto almost every single video title across dozens of different channels. Doctor explains, cardiologist warning, surgeon reveals, neurologist warns. By front-loading the title with a really prestigious medical designation, the video completely bypasses the viewer's natural skepticism. It's almost hard to believe how easily it works, but suddenly, you aren't just taking advice from some random YouTuber anymore. You feel like you're getting an exclusive briefing from a top-tier specialist.
But here's the brilliant irony of the whole thing. At the exact same time these channels are using titles like Doctor Explains to build up their authority, they are actively feeding an anti-establishment narrative. They constantly use phrases like what your doctor isn't telling you or prescriptions doctors secretly avoid. They somehow position themselves as the ultimate medical authorities while insisting that the traditional medical authorities you see in real life are actually hiding the truth from you. It's wild. Okay, so once they've got your trust, they immediately pivot to Step 2, the anatomy of fear. And guys, this is where the content gets incredibly intense and fast-paced. You see, the algorithm rewards high click-through rates above almost everything else, and literally nothing drives a click faster than severe immediate urgency. They have to convince the viewer that a deadly threat is already inside their home, or even worse, already inside their daily routine.
Just look at these specific, fear-based tactics we pulled directly from the data. The worst silent poison. He fainted because of that. The hidden kidney killer in your kitchen. Or stroke the day before it hits. They take completely mundane, everyday activities like literally just drinking a glass of water, eating breakfast, or the position you happen to sleep in, and they weaponize them into immediate, deadly threats. The implication is terrifying, right? If you don't watch this video right now, your next cup of coffee or your next night of sleep might literally kill you.
And this fear-mongering usually builds across what we can call the big three ailments that just completely dominate the algorithm: leg circulation, bathroom trips, and blood pressure. Why these three specifically? Well, because they are just universally relatable for seniors. Whether it's dealing with swollen ankles, managing those frustrating 2 a.m. trips to the bathroom, or worrying about common prescriptions like amlodipine or lisinopril, the algorithm ties this intense, over-the-top terror to highly common, everyday physical realities. It makes the videos feel deeply, almost uncomfortably personal. The absolutely crucial point here is how this content positions itself against reality. Think about it. Traditional medicine says, hey, take your prescribed amlodipine daily. It's standard, it's routine, and frankly, it's a bit boring. But the YouTube clickbait, it counters with, taking amlodipine? Here's what seniors don't know, or 10 silent side effects of amlodipine. They intentionally undermine standard medical advice to create a terrifying knowledge gap. A gap that, conveniently enough, only their video can fill. Which brings us to the final piece of the puzzle. Step 3. The miracle fix formula. You see, after breaking down your trust in the medical system and completely terrifying you about some silent killer hiding in your kitchen, they have to release that tension. So the terrifying, complex silent killers are suddenly met with these comically simple, highly clickable, at-home solutions. And to sell these miracle fixes, the channels resort to some completely absurd metrics. We see claims across the data promising that a simple trick will boost blood flow, melt fat, or regrow stem cells literally 1 million times faster. Boost blood flow in your legs 1 million times. I mean, come on, it is an outrageous number. It's completely divorced from scientific reality, but it serves a very specific purpose. It promises a maximum, life-altering reward from minimal effort. And what exactly is that minimal effort? Well, contrast the extreme terror of the problem with these ridiculously simple miracle cures. Dropping exactly 1 clove in your coffee to clean your arteries. Eating exactly 5 almonds before bed. A magical 3-minute bed position that permanently fixes your spine. Or rubbing a mysterious oil on your skin for 7 nights so your doctor won't even recognize you. The sheer simplicity is the hook. They are rapidly selling the ultimate, effortless shortcut to health. Now, before we just write all this off as cynical digital snake oil, we really need to understand why it works so well on such a massive scale. Titles like 5 red flags your doctor is rushing your appointment thrive because they speak to a very real, very valid pain point. Seniors often feel rushed, unheard, or entirely dismissed by the fast-paced, bureaucratic traditional medical system. These channels aggressively prey on that real-world distrust. Titles like 5 hospital traps seniors fall into, or 3 hidden charges hospitals hide. They validate the viewer's anxieties about a confusing, expensive, and let's be honest, sometimes very cold modern healthcare landscape. When a patient feels like they're just another number in a sterile digital clinic, a YouTube doctor looking right into the camera, validating their fears, and offering a cheap, at-home fix, well, that feels incredibly empowering and deeply comforting.
So the crucial takeaway from our explainer today is the underlying truth of this whole ecosystem. It's not just about clickbait, thumbnails, and fake metrics, right? It's about a vulnerable demographic seeking agency over their own health. An algorithm that is highly optimized for fear and engagement is successfully stepping in to fill the massive void left by a rushed 15-minute doctor's visit.
Which leaves us with a pretty critical question moving forward. As our medical system gets more strained, and as these algorithms get better and better at hacking our anxieties, how can the aging population safely navigate the gap between a rushed doctor's visit and a digital landscape that is literally optimized for fear and miracle cures? It's definitely something we all need to consider, especially for the seniors in our own lives who might be scrolling through these exact videos tonight. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.